Hey everybody, it's the Yuki once again. This is the members' first preview of the Moonlight Village Remake coming to you very soon here on VR Chat. I would like to show you guys around what I've been working on so far and what you can look forward to when I release this very soon. So what you already have here is a little bit of the small part of the Moonlight House. It's not ready yet. Obviously, there's no roof. We'll talk about that later. But as you guys can see for now, when I do, when I will release it, you will start actually here. For the moment, I'm thinking about here. So let's take a look around, shall we? So obviously, it's incomplete. It is not a complete house. Obviously, I'm still working on it. A little information panel here. And oh, yes, we have some new stuff for you, unlike the last time. This time we have a music player. Yes, music player. As you guys can see here. And this is by Bogan VR. So somebody made this asset for everybody. Bogan VR. He does tutorials on VR chat Unity. So make sure you guys check him out. He's planning to do more prefabs in the future. Now you may have noticed that we have the playlist, as you can see here. Everybody knows about these songs, by the way. I've used these in VR chat live streams. You just have to remember which one I did it for. For the most part, it's Mario, Critical Role, and some other songs that I have used in this channel. So you can press when you get in the VR chat world for the first time, this automatically plays in the order you see here on the right. If I do add more songs, I'm going to put them here, which I might. Okay, the songs that we have for the first time, Lucky 2 Valley 2 from Mario Golf Totu Tour. That's obviously Nintendo. The second song is It's Thursday Night, obviously from Critical Role Campaign 3 Bells Hells. The next song after that, It's Your Turn to Roll from Critical Role Campaign 2 Mighty 9. And Arena 1 from One Must Fall 2020 2093. It's a very old game, by the way, old game. You might be noticing that it's from Grand Poo World 3. That's because in Grand Poo World 3, one of the songs is this song. One of the levels has this particular song in that level from Grand Poo World 3, which is a ROM hack of Super Mario World, which I'm not going to be able to play because that thing is too hard. No, I am not kidding. That's a Kaizo hack. Let's go outside the village, the house, shall we? Obviously, when I'm going to do the second tour, there's going to be a lot more. Let's head outside the house, and you're going to see it's very empty right now, but I'm looking at something I'm adding. You may have noticed some floating money here. What is this for? If you guys remember the original Moonlight House, which was the original Moonlight Village I built last year, this is roleplay money. However, at that time, there was no such thing as the inventory system. There was no inventory system yet, or I had to purchase it. Well, thanks to Vogan VR again, if you press I on your keyboard or right stick down on your VR headset thing, you're gonna get this screen. This is your inventory system. You can literally pick up the money and drop it into the item drop zone, and ta-da! You have your coin. This is a test coin, obviously. I do plan to actually add my own images on these coins. Again, this is another asset pack. I forgot who it's by, but you get to add your own coin. So I'm gonna add coin, like I'm gonna custom make the images on the coin. Let's just say because of Francis the Hedgehog is worth 5 pennies or something like that. Luna the Wolf would be 10 pennies, or something like that again. So it could be anything. If you want to spawn something, press go back to, if you want to spawn, press I on your keyboard or go to your right stick down in your VR. Go to go to your item list here. Press the item you want and spawn. Ta-da! You got your coin. Now that it doesn't only work just for the coins. I did not add functionality yet, but as you guys can see, we have the store, the little store, and somebody can play as the cashier. And let's say somebody wants to buy water. You can literally drop it on here, and then when you do it, when you want to buy the water, the cashier, whoever's playing the cashier, can say, "Hey, that's gonna be five coins." Press your I button on your oops. Press I on your. Let's just say that it's 5 coins. Press I, and if you have your 5 coin thing, you can just spawn it, give it to the cashier. Ta-da! There's your 5 coins. There's your purchase, and then you just put this in here. When I add functionality. Now, of course, you know somebody is gonna steal water. So, ta-da! You can just literally do that if you want to in roleplay. Ta-da! Okay. So that's the inventory system, and that is the store. Now, obviously, it's not complete yet. I plan to add more items for you guys to play or steal, whatever you want. Let's continue on. Let's go to your left. We're going to go left here because there is something I want to explain over here. It is empty, except there is something I want to show you guys later. What's over here, you ask? It's the restaurant. It is our little restaurant, and again, you can literally buy, or if you want to role play as the cashier, again, same thing. Inventory system, press I, and all that good stuff. Whatever you want to do with that. But remember, it is a role play world, so do whatever you want. And then over here, I am working on a spawn system for the item, but because of the inventory system in play, you can literally add it to there if you wanted to. Just remember, don't steal burgers. Speaking of burgers, there is going to be a new thing. It's not ready yet. It's not implemented before this video, but you can make your own burger once it's ready. Okay. Speaking of burger, I want to explain one thing in the back. There is a back thing here. I haven't explained you yet. Now, there's nothing here yet, but if I do get enough like support for VR chat world making, I plan to add the dynamic cooking system. What is that, you ask? Basically, you make burger with lettuce and all that, but you can actually technically cook these items using the dynamic cooking system, which I have to purchase for that. But that's not going to be shown off today. I have to buy it first. It's a script, basically. So you're not going to see that until probably the next update. But that's a little looking into that. Okay, so let's just say you have three cashiers. You can order, hey, can I have a burger, please? And then if I decide to do the make your own burger thing, you can do that. Or dynamic cooking, we'll make our own here. You make your own there in the kitchen. Sitting area is gonna be in here for the moment, but I have not put chairs yet, like VR chat chairs. I'm gonna have to make space. That's the restaurant. Now, obviously, again, there's nothing else here yet, but there is something cool I want to add over there, which I'm not gonna explain. It has something to do with something I'm going to show you guys later. Because over here we have the target game, little target game. Thanks to Vogan VR again, we have target game. You can literally play the Olympics, not really, but you can do the Olympic kind of game here where you do archery. Ta-da! You can shoot arrows all you want, or if you don't want to shoot target, might as well play with each other, huh? Just shoot away. Ta-da! You're shooting away right there. Let's go. Lots of arrows. Ta-da! Okay, now there is something else I want to show you off, and I've been hiding it. Technically, it's been hiding. Finally, I get to do this for free. What I mean by that, Vogan VR. Once again, press the T button on your keyboard to activate third person. Oh, I do need to do one quick thing before I do that. Let me go back to here. Let me trigger it. Oops, I did not mean to trigger the tripod. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. So press T to activate your third person camera. It sounds familiar if you noticed in our intro in our VR chat streams that I do third person to say hello, welcome to the VR chat live stream. Our announcements for today is this and this. That's what I do, third person. But that was in Solvent's Chill Home and Chill Club. This is in Moonlight Village Remake. So you can do this now, but there's more. Because if you touch this area now, right now, it's not official yet in terms of like how I'm gonna do this. Hey, how do you want to do this? Matt Mercer. Anyway, if you go to this area right here, you can notice the camera is gonna change. Again, Vogan VR. Francis the Wolf is wandering around in a circle, looking mesmerized as a new camera has been installed in his new house. There you go. So it's a camera if you touch this particular area. But keep in mind that this is not official yet. I'm gonna see how I'm gonna play with this. But let's just say, hey, I want to escape this area with this camera view. You could literally role play in this particular camera if you wanted to. But it's not portable. I have to move it myself when I do editing in terms of like Unity. So, so capiche? Capiche. Okay, let's go. If you want to go outside of the camera, hit this spot right here. For the most part, if you hit this spot, you go back to normal 3D. Keep in mind, it's only available if you hit T on the keyboard and go to 3D mode immediately. But there's more. Touch this box area right here, and you're gonna see a wider view of the map. Like literally a wider view. So as you can see, you have a wider view of the map. I do want to clarify one thing though. This will mess up how you use the inventory system. However, keep that in mind. And when you go inside, you can actually do it inside the restaurant too. The 3D camera inside the kitchen. Yeah, I know I jumped over the counter. Don't judge me. And then as you can see outside, and if we go into the store, it will be 3D as well, like this. Now I will tell you in the next update though, that's not gonna be like this because I'm gonna have like a trigger to do a different camera angle where it's like in Resident Evil. It's gonna zoom in into that area right here once you trigger this part right here. But that's not until the next update because it's not ready. So that's one thing right there. You can do a lot of cool role play things with this. I'm gonna tell ya. Like let's just say you have like an overhead fight. Like you want to do an overhead fight. You can literally do that. But I would suggest if you do that, don't use the inventory system because when you do that, it's gonna mess up the UI. For example, if I press I right now, you see how it's so small? You can't really see it, even when zoomed in. And you see how the UI is messing up. What you should do, what you could do is press T. It's going to go back to the regular view you would normally see, and then select your item, spawn, and then press T again to go back to that and then press T again, excuse me. Grab your item and then press T and then start fighting. That's the best way you can do it because of the UI situation. Okay? If you press C again, if you trigger the overview mode, I will have like a separate thing where you can have a box. This is not, I don't think that is triggerable by button from what I've seen. It's triggerable by trigger area. So if we go back to this square, we go back to that view, and if we go back to this square, we go back to normal 3D. So what could I use? What could you see this for in terms of like other things in this particular world? You can use it like a role play. So let's say you want to do a role play where again this area triggers that camera. You can say you can do like a conversation in this particular spot. Like I'm gonna say, hey Kyle, you want to go to the park? Kyle's gonna say yes. Then once we exit this area, we go here, and then in 3D mode, in the T, press T, we can go to the park wherever that's gonna be, like in this camera angle, or press F, front front view, press 4, back view like this, okay, like a cinematic intro, okay. Keep in mind though that if I do go walk outside the map, it is still out of bounds. And I have to respawn anyway. Time to respawn this way. Bye bye. So we're back here. We're back here. Now, what's coming up for the next update? So, next update is going to be the house. That's number one. Number two, the different camera angle, like I mentioned earlier. If you hit a trigger, you're going to hit like a new camera. Okay? The fade out thing. Okay? Now we'll see how I'm gonna do it, how I'm gonna activate that. The other thing that's gonna try to come in to play now that we have roleplay money is a bank. Because as you guys can know, this is a roleplay map. You spawn money, you want that money. Keep in mind that it is possible to overrun the drop zone for the item, like you saw there. Now there's gonna be different dominations and all that good stuff. Now what else is coming here? I'm planning if I have enough space in terms of like MBs, megabytes, I am going to add a arcade. But that's not guaranteed because it's already at 85. But yeah, this is the map for now. We'll see how I'm going to play with it. Keep in mind, all those camera angles can only be triggered if you press the T key on your keyboard or whatever is in 3D or in your VR set. And then you have to actually activate the trigger. So for that 3D thingy with the Kyle camera right here, you have to hit this trigger area right here. The moment you hit outside, you go back to the normal third person. You hit this area. This is the one that goes overview, like you would see in Final Fantasy 9 or something. Then you hit this area, you go back to normal 3D. So if you guys want to play with it, I'll have like a cube. Like there's gonna be an actual cube so that you know where the actual trigger is. And then there's gonna be like a sign like that. Alright? Now if you like that, I may do another VR chat world where it's all about camera. Like for role plays and all that good stuff. So we'll see what's in the cards. But yeah, that is it for now for this one, for this tour. If you guys enjoyed that, hit the like, hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you on the next tour next time. The first beta is coming soon. See y'all later.